So let's paint a picture of the whole thing. I think for this it's best to have a fake guy that we can use. So let's say we got a guy, his name is Fred, and Fred loves steak, and every day for lunch he eats steak. Hell yeah. Hella greasy, meaty, cheesy steak. Got cheese on it too. Right. So Fred eats a steak, and he introduces all of these pathogens, bacteria, all these bad guys inside his body. Right. He eats that. His body becomes more acidic from the meat itself, and also more acidic from the pathogens in it. Right? In response to this, his body produces excess mucus to take out these pathogens. So the body starts the healing response, and once that happens, Fred starts to feel bad. Usually, the healing response doesn't actually have to be a full blown out sickness. It can be just like a mild headache. It can be like a little stomach ache. It can be a little lightheadedness. Could come as these more mild symptoms, which usually tend to happen if an unclean person doesn't eat. If an unclean person goes most of a day without eating, they'll have all of these symptoms, which are actually detox symptoms. But people think that they get these symptoms because they're not nourished. Right? It's fucked. So once they start encountering these symptoms, what happens? They think they're getting sick, so they're like, I gotta eat more, right? So Fred eats this thing, his body becomes more acidic from the food itself, to the pathogens in it. The body produces excess mucus and starts the healing response in response to these bad boys. And then people misinterpret that. They misinterpret their bad feelings in their body to be something bad when it's actually the healing response. And then, so what do? They eat more. They think that that's going to make them feel better, and it will, because eating more stops the healing response. Once you start going back to your regular diet, you're telling your body, okay, healing time's over, it's back to normal schedule. So it makes this cycle of, we eat this bad shit, our bodies become more acidic, we get these pathogens in us, so our body produces excess mucus, and it starts the healing response. Then we feel bad once it starts the healing response, so we eat more of these fuckers, we introduce more of these, we eat more meat, we introduce more of these bad guys into us, and then it's just this cycle over years that it's to the point that the body literally cannot keep up with all of this bullshit that we've been pumping into it for years. So, yeah. So when the body can't keep up with all the stuff that we're putting into it over the years, it's known as chronic inflammation. This is when the healing response has been on for so long that it doesn't even fucking know what to do anymore, man. And this gets more complicated because these pathogens, bacteria, parasites in our bodies, they latch onto our cells and they change the functioning of our cells. They literally change our cells' DNA. So when that happens, they send conflicting messages to our immune systems about basically the parts of our immune system that should be cleaning them out are no longer cleaning them out because they have told they reprogrammed the cells and they told the immune system, don't clean this shit. So we also have these infected or dying cells inside of us that these guys have bound to. And this is also part of our problems. So you can generally say that all of the health problems that people have in the modern age, if you didn't get hit by a car or some shit like that, all of these health problems are from chronic inflammation. And this chronic inflammation happens from these cycles of acidity, introducing these pathogens and their toxins into us, the body creating excess mucus, and then us stopping the body's healing response by eating more. And so we cycle this. This just happens over years. It's pretty fucked. So in the next section, we're going to talk about how can we get this not fucked, namely through diet. So yeah, keep watching.